Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Be Better Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Perkins. The mission of the Be Better Podcast is for people to think about life deeper. All right, let's dive into it. I put together a nice podcast episode called Be Better with People. And the great thing about people, they are not going anywhere. As of November 2022, the world's population has increased to 8 billion people. So they are everywhere. You know this. They're on the freeways and grocery stores and restaurants, in your house, in your family, in colleges. They are in coffee shops, everywhere. There's more coming. So how do we deal with this mixed bag of people? Because we know they come in all shapes, sizes, and forms, from awesome, great, beautiful to good, okay, to bad, evil, or mean. So, how do we work with people? I'm going to emphasize the word work with people. I hate to say tolerate. Work has a more positive connotation, where tolerate more negative connotation. So, how do we work with people? Because we have to work with a variety of people. The first thing I would recommend is understand and accept that we're all different. You got to get over that mindset hump. It's okay to be different. It's beautiful to have diversity in the world. Different people brings different thinking, brings different results. If we were all the same ethnicity, we did all the same things, had the same habits, would we really advance as a human species? I don't think so, or if so, very little. So we need that diversity to move forward. When we start to go, I don't like this about this person, I don't like that, that's where the hate comes in, the division, and the craziness. And as of 2022, we've been in that a lot lately. So being okay and accepting and understanding that people are different is our first step. Second and lastly is build a relationship with people. How many times have all of us, starting with me, judge people? They walk into a room, we judge them. Then when we get to know them, they were totally different from our judgment, so we misjudged them. All of us have been guilty of that. The goal is, as you mature in life and develop as a person, you do less judging. You get to know people first. But build a relationship with people. And when you start that relationship and it gets better and better and better, the people will open up to you and expose their strengths. And then you work with their strengths as a person to keep working with people. So let me give you an example. You guys know I worked 3 decades in education, and my highest position was superintendency. So the way it works in the education field, the organizational chart is governing board is on top, superintendent next, and then everyone else. So everyone works for the superintendent, and I work with the governing board to move the district forward. So one of my primary responsibilities as a superintendent is to make sure I work closely with governing board members. So I have to build relationships. And what I found is that one of my board members is a sports person. He loves sports for the district and even outside. He played sports, attended a lot of basketball games here in Phoenix. So most of our interaction was all about sports. He wanted to know about the sports budget for the district. How did we order uniforms? Was there a ordering cycle? He wanted to make sure kids had waivers and so forth and so on. Again, our interactions were all about sports. That was his strength. So I worked with him on sports. Another board member loved power. So I made sure she was in leadership positions. Hey, why don't you join the booster club here? Why don't you join the PTO there? I kept her going, again, in leadership roles. Another board member loved test scores, which drove me crazy because test scores are one part of the student success equation, not the whole thing. So I made sure when we did testing, I got with the principals and I shared the test scores with her, and we reviewed them, and I talked about instructional programming, which will lead to higher test scores down the road. So you see what I'm getting at? You build a relationship with people and you find their strengths and you work with them through their strengths. Now you might be saying, well, I have some assholes in my life I have to deal with, my boss, coworkers, my neighbor. Just giving you some examples. And yes, that's valid and true. We're always going to have some assholes somewhere. So how do you work with assholes? You do what you need to do with them, but minimize your time. And when you're interacting with them, always be calm, confident, be on your A game, be on point, be factual, have your research conducted, cross your T's, dot your I's, get in and get out with these people. So you have to interact with them, do so, and then get out. Remove yourself as quickly as possible. Let me end now with a story and a study. I think it fits perfectly into this episode here. So the story goes like this. There's this famous violinist. He would purchase violins from time to time to add to his collection and play them during his concerts over the years. He purchased this one violin for a small nominal price. Down the road, he found out that that specific violin, was worth millions of dollars. His fan base found out and requested a concert where this famous violinist played this multi-million-dollar violin. So he fulfilled their request, had the concert. It was beautiful music for an hour and a half. At the end of the concert, he got a standing ovation. He then took that violin and started smashing it on the ground over and over until it was in millions of pieces. The crowd was shocked. He then walked to the side of the stage, opened up another box, pulled out another violin, walked back to the center of the stage, and said, "Folks, this is the multi-million-dollar violin." And he emphasized that it's not the violin that makes the beautiful music. It is the person playing the violin that makes the beautiful music. So let's take that story and flip it into a concept. What role are you playing in the world that makes beautiful people? Again, what role are you playing in the world that makes beautiful people? You're a parent, most of you listening to this. So what beautiful are you making as a parent? You have a wife or husband. What role are you playing to make a beautiful spouse, a beautiful significant other? What role are you playing at the job to be a beautiful leader for other people? So I want you to think about that violin example and kind of insert it into your life as kind of a metaphor. What role are you playing to make beautiful people out there in the world? Are you a coach, a mentor? What are you doing? Are you evolving within yourself? So something to think about. All right, let's end with this study. It's called, and I got it off of YouTube under 60 Minutes archives. It's called the Leisure World Cohort Study. Leisure World Cohort Study, 60 Minutes. And what the study did was to follow people for decades. And when they got to 90 years or older, they really wanted to see, how did these people live this long? How did they live to 90 plus years? And so they asked them a series of questions. And this, what I'm about to tell you, were the results. Smokers died early in life. So smokers out there, this is another reminder to stop smoking. We need you around. Your loved ones need you around for many more years. Exercise, 15 minutes minimum, 45 minutes max. Exercising really helped the body and mind for that longevity. Activities was very important to have in your life. They list book clubs, socializing with friends, board games, getting out there, having that motion is lotion concept for your body. Vitamins had no impact for life longevity. No, I've read other studies, many other studies that said vitamins are a total scam. That's why when we take them and we pee and our pee is bright yellow, we're just pissing away our money that we spent on the vitamins. So vitamins had no impact on longevity in life. Weight, average to slightly overweight was okay. Average to slightly overweight, okay. Alcohol, moderate use of alcohol was good for longevity. Coffee, 1 to 3 cups a day. Black coffee, great. Where you start to mess up coffees, where you put the creamer in it. So black coffee, 1 to 3 cups was perfect for your body. Really healthy. A lot of good, healthy coffee elements or elements in the coffee for your body. Plant-based with very little meat. So eating a lot of plants in your diet with some meat is okay. Having a purpose in life, having a purpose in life, having a direction, a focus, a concentration is very important. Daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. Having something to really look forward to, make an impact in, and so forth. Then lastly, you guys heard me preaching about this, service to others, giving back. Service to others and giving back. I think when we do that, the man upstairs gives us a little credit on our life. So those are the things they compiled from this long study of people living 90 plus years. It's called the Leisure World Cohort Study by 60 Minutes. I encourage you to check it out. All right, so I reviewed earlier how to be better with people, understanding and accepting differences, and building those relationships and finding that person's strength and working through their strength to be better with people. Please give some of this a try. Maybe just pull one component and just insert it into your daily life and go for it. My goal with the Be Better podcast is just to keep giving you wisdom, to keep spreading positivity. If you can help me, I'm on Spotify, Apple, and Google. You can go there and follow me through those platforms. I would appreciate that. You know the name of the game with social media. The more likes I get, the more views, the more people subscribing, following, the more this goes viral and it gets out to people that it typically would not get out to. I also have my own YouTube channel. You can pull up YouTube and type in Dr. Anthony J. Perkins. All of my podcast episodes are on there, plus inspirational videos. I also can be found on Facebook, Anthony J. Perkins, on LinkedIn, Dr. Anthony J. Perkins, and on Instagram. My handle on Instagram is at perkup67, at perkup67. I have a website also. It's perkup-you.com, perkup, PERKUP-YOU.com. You can book me for inspirational speaking, organizational training, or individual mindset coaching. I work with people and we set goals. You can also order books on my website. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for following me. And please, if you like these podcast episodes, share them with others. Until next time, continue to go out there and be better.